everyone, welcome back to my channel Mingby. My name is Mandy and I am a full-time reseller. On today's video I am going to go over what sold for me on 4 different platforms, so that would be Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and Depop. This week was a little bit slower on Mercari and Poshmark, but eBay has almost doubled in sales from last week, which is great. I have been putting a lot more of my time into eBay. I think that's probably why. I've also continued doing my lower auctions. I think that that's really helping, the algorithm over there. It's getting people to look at some stuff in my store. If you haven't seen my videos before, I have been implementing putting some lower tiered items that I probably shouldn't have bought, or they just don't seem to be moving on my other platforms. And instead of giving them to ThredUp to try and sell, or sending them to Plato's, or putting them in a rummage sale, or just outright, donating them, I am putting them up for auction on eBay for a fairly small amount, starting anywhere from $3.99 to about $8.99 depending on what the item is. I did have another sale this week on Depop. That's exciting. I have just started using Flip. When did I get that? Probably 2 weeks ago. I think I finally was able to cross-post to Depop. So 1 a week, hopefully that will start going up. So let's just jump right into my sales. Starting on Poshmark, J. Crew, one of my favorite brands to sell. This one I picked up in that video that I took you along with me to do, what did I call it? Something like a 30-minute challenge or something, where I had $30, 30 minutes in 3 different stores. This one did go for $33. I was hoping for a little bit more, but I have been kind of lenient on summer items with offers people are sending me, especially swimsuits. I know that we're only in June, but July is right around the corner and time really flies. If you look at stores, they are starting to discount and clearance out their summer items. So that is kind of what I am following suit with, because I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of this going into the fall. I do list year round, but I definitely don't want to have, like a whole bunch of summer dresses and swimsuits. So I have been sending out pretty aggressive offers as well on these types of items. Next is We The Free. I picked these up just last week and I think they sold in 2 days for my full asking price of $45. I picked these up at the bins. This is the brand Gitano. I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's an older brand. I got this based off style mainly for the fact that it was kind of that preppy plaid with the pink and brown, and it's a Bermuda length. Those are somewhat coming back just because of the whole Y2K trend. Good American, I got these in that Quick Lots box not too long ago. They did have some small stains on the back that I was able to partially get out, but not completely. Thankfully, the way that these are pleated, you can't really tell unless, someone pointed it out and was really looking. These did go for my full asking price of $38. Costaroro, I'm not exactly sure if I'm saying that right or what this brand is. This also came in a Quick Lots box. These had 0 interest since they were listed. Someone finally offered me 15 and I was happy to take it just because I needed them gone since there was 0 interest on them. Another Free People sale. These were picked up not that long ago. I showed you in a video a pair of pull-on flare jeans. Pretty small size, but they did go for my full asking price of $38. These Lee wide leg pants, they almost seemed like sweatpant material, but they were a wider leg, kind of a comfort pull-on. These sold probably within 2 months, and this did go for an offer of $25. This Rails dress also came in a Quick Lots box. That was the one where I had some pretty good brands. This I've had for maybe 3 months, and this did go for an offer of $40. This Panhandle Slim shirt, I maybe could have gotten more, but I have had it since last summer. So I figured if there was going to be a chance of me selling it this year, it probably would be around this time for 4th of July. I did have it listed originally at $40 just because this is pretty similar to the one that Garth Brooks wore on one of his concert tours, I believe. Next up is a loft dress. This was new with tags. I've had this for quite a while. Someone did offer me 15 and I was fine to move it because this was just about to be pulled and put in my eBay auction. Old Navy, this was like a terry cloth jumper kind of deal. I think it was cropped. This was $16 on an offer. These Buff Bunny leggings I got from a friend. She was going through all of her clothes, didn't want anything anymore, so I offered to take them from her. I think this is the last item that I have left from that, and it did go for an offer of $15. Next is a pair of Crocs. I sold a pair of green ones like this not that long ago. These were listed for probably a week and did sell for full price of $30. Banana Republic, these I was looking everywhere for yesterday. I thought I had maybe sent them to ThredUp and forgot to take them out of my inventory and off my platforms. Thankfully, I just had the SKU number wrong and I was able to find them in a different bin than what they were labeled as. So these did go for an offer of $16. I believe they came in a ThredUp box. Now on to Mercari, Everlane jeans. These came, when did I get these? I think I got these when I got those Free People pull-on flare jeans. So not too long, probably a month or so from listing. Zella shorts, these came in that really good athletic wear box from ThredUp, and these did go for an offer of $15. 511 Tactical, I got these probably in the winter, I think. This brand really kind of fell off for me. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe I'm pricing too high for what the current market is looking for. These were a bigger size, a size 16. They were new with tags, and they did go for an offer of $28.50. Reigning Champ Aura, I don't know what this is at all. I saw this at Savers. The material felt really nice. It was kind of like that heavier weight sweatshirt material. I looked it up. There were a couple comps that were promising. This did sit for a really, really long time, and then I was questioning why I had never picked it up, but it did finally go for an offer of $24. I was hoping to get more on this. Barefoot Dreams, I picked these up a couple weeks ago. They were a plus size, a size 3X, I believe. Super soft, pull on, and these would go for an offer of $28.50. I maybe could have held on to these until fall and gotten a higher, amount, but I am definitely in the mindset right now of getting things in and getting them out as quickly as possible. Now on to eBay. This was a pair of Athleta bikini bottoms. For whatever reason, these have taken forever to sell. They are new with tags. They are a size large, so I'm not sure why, but they did finally go for an offer of $17. Next is a Disney Park shirt. I think I picked this up 2 weeks ago. This sold within a week. I was anticipating it would just because of the pattern on it for 4th of July, and this one did go for an offer of $15. This one kind of surprised me. At first, when I picked this up and got it home, I was like, I probably should not have picked it up. I did get it at Goodwill, and it was $1.99, I believe. That's what all hats are, and it did go for full asking price of $14. Old Navy, this was a full price sale. This was a linen blend. I think it was a boyfriend fit, vertical striped button front shirt, and a size extra large. This one probably took 2 months to sell. Another Good American sale, shocking because I think I don't even know when that was. 2 videos ago, I think I was saying that Good American is taking forever for me to sell, and now it sold 2 in 1 week. These did sell, 3 weeks ago, I think. They did get returned for fit. I do put measurements in there, so hopefully this person ends up liking them and that they do fit them. This did go for full asking price of $35. The Get, I don't know anything about this brand. I found it at the bins. I picked it up mainly because there was another one, same size, 4X. I thought if anything, someone might bundle them together. This was just an all-over print, floral summer dress, mainly picked up for style and size. This did go for an offer of $16. Miss Elaine, never heard of it before. This was also a bins pickup. I've kind of been looking into like the Moo house coats, summer house coat look that seems to do well for me, especially if they are in bigger sizes, in nice patterns or nice material. So this did go for an offer of $15 and probably sold within 2 weeks. PacSun, someone offered me $12 and I was more than happy for these to go. These came in a ThredUp box probably a year ago. I knew I would have a hard time selling them. They were men's, size 30 in the skinniest jean from PacSun. I think skinny jeans are making somewhat of a return for male jeans, but I don't know about skin tight. So anyone that was willing to pay for these, I was more than happy to see them go. Full Wedge, I had never heard of this brand before. I have 3 of them. I picked them up all at the same time, I think for $4.99 each at Goodwill. They are a men's golfing polo. This one did go for an offer of $28. This vintage Ralph Lauren dress, I had a lot of interest on all platforms. I did get quite a few lowball offers on it. This is your true typical 90s like bodycon mini dress with that really feminine floral print on it. This I did have listed for $35, but I did take an offer of $30. I thought that was fair. This hat came in that lot that I got from the person from eBay that has completely been paid for, so from now on out, any hats that I sell from there is pure profit. And this one did go for my full asking price of $18. It is the brand BP. That's not a very expensive brand. It was just like a really big floppy sun hat that you could also kind of like flip up, and it had like these little snaps. Next up was an auction. This was Christopher & Banks, just like a printed blouse. I believe it was new with tags, a size large. I picked this up at the bins. Thought maybe it would move just for the fact that it was new with tags. There was zero interest for over 6 months. Put it up for $3.99, and it did end up going for $3.99. This Joseph A. Banks was a pretty surprising sale to me. This is wool. Bigger size, 3X tall. This was actually an overseas sale. It did go to Australia for an offer of $30. Victoria's Secret, I love this style when it has the bling on the shoulder straps and then kind of like the corset cropped top there. I did have this listed for $40. Someone offered me $20. Normally my rule of thumb is if I get an offer of 50% or less, I just deny it and I don't even counter back until they come back with something that is, somewhat appropriate. I, for whatever reason, decided, you know what, I'm just going to send an offer of what I think is appropriate, and they ended up taking it. So that might have been a lesson for me that I shouldn't just decline, maybe just always go with what my lowest is. Next up is another auction. This was Chelsea 28. I've never heard of this brand before. It did come in a Quick Lots box. There was no interest anywhere on it, so I decided to put it up for auction. It did go for $8.99. These Old Navy shorts were kind of shocking to me as well. I've had these for probably 2 years. These were another one that were going to get pulled shortly for auction, and these did actually go for full price of $22. This Sims fishing hat I've had for quite a while. I do pick up a lot of hats. For whatever reason, some just kind of sit. This did go for an offer of $14. Union, I believe is the name of these shorts. I had never heard of this brand before. It did come in a Quick Lots box, and these did go for an offer of $20. So then the last sale of the week was on Depop, this Carhartt camo hat. I picked this up at the bins, so I'm probably, like $1 into it, and it did go for my full asking price of $22. I had quite a few people that were sending me very low offers on Depop for this hat, and someone did end up overnight just spending the full amount. So looking at this week's totals, Poshmark was $368 for 14 items sold, Mercari $118 for 5 items sold, eBay $467.33 with 18 items sold, and then Depop $22 with 1 item sold. Gross sales totaling to $975.33. So I get, for a total profit after all fees are taken out, $627.99 for the week. So going into next week, I am going to start hitting the lives pretty hard. I have a new idea of what I'm going to do. We'll see if it works out. We'll go over that next week if I do have some success or if I don't. I'm definitely happy with the direction that eBay is going. There is a lot for me to learn over there. eBay has always kind of just been like, oh, I'll put stuff up and see what happens. So I'm trying to look into other YouTubers' videos on promoted listings, different sales you can run, just different things that I can utilize on that app that I'm not really familiar with. As far as Poshmark and Mercari go, that's just going to be the same for next week, just continuously keep listing. I have been upping the amount of new listings that I am putting out. And then for Depop, I am also going to continue to keep cross-listing and putting some newer inventory on there. As far as videos go, this coming Monday, I will be putting out my video for my 1-year anniversary of being a full-time reseller and a YouTuber. So I'm just kind of going over what my thoughts on it are, the pros and cons of doing it, and then what my future plans are. Do I want to continue doing this? Do I want to continue doing it full time? Am I keeping YouTube? Just all of that I will be going over. I do have a ThreadUp box, a shoe one coming here shortly, so that will also be in the future. If you guys have any suggestions of videos you would like to see me do, maybe like a deep dive into a certain brand, or if there's other videos that you prefer, let me know in the comments. I'm open to, ideas for what to do with the channel. So on that note, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give it a like. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.